without a warning, without a sound. We woke up one morning to a world turned upside down. Everything changed in the blink of an eye, dealing with the unknown and trying to survive. We were locked down in our homes, surrounded by bad news every day, watching our lives as we knew it quickly fade away. And when this is all over, in our new reality, when we gather together, will we still stay apart 6 feet? Will the music be playing like it did before? When this is all over, I'll treasure each day even more. We've been through quite a battle, like none we've ever seen. We kept hoping we'd wake up to find out it was all a bad dream. But that day's never come. It'll be a while yet, with more obstacles to overcome and challenges to be met. We were locked down in our homes, surrounded by bad news every day, watching our lives as we knew it quickly fade away. And when this is all over, in our new reality, when we gather together, will we still stay apart 6 feet? Will the music be playing like it did before? When this is all over, I'll treasure each day even more. We were locked down in our homes, surrounded by bad news every day, watching our lives as we knew it quickly fade away. And when this is all over, in our new reality, when we gather together, will we still stay apart 6 feet? Will the music be playing like it did before? When this is all over, I'll treasure each day even more. And when this is all over, I'll treasure each day even more.
In my eyes, in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, in my life, I have searching for something, but you were my dream. You're perfect, you're golden, golden. You're the light, your love. You're perfect, you're golden. You're the light, my love. When I breathe, when I swallow, caress I feel. When I listen, I hear the most beautiful music out of nowhere. You're perfect, you're golden. You're my light, my love. You're perfect, you're golden. You're my light, my love, my love. Light-it-light-it-light-it-light. Light-it-light-it-light-it-light. When I'm sad and dark, shallow and in doubt. When I'm trying my best to put one foot in front of the other. You're perfect, you're golden. You're the light of my life, you're the love from forever. In every reflection, I'm perfect. So I keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection. In you as me. Light-it-light-it-light-it-light. 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 Always there, never leave, holding me, set me free, guiding light, your empathy, confidence to express it as me. You're perfect, you're golden. You're the light of my life, you're my love from forever. Your reflection, I'm perfect. So I keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection in you as me. You're perfect, you're golden.
many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? Given the chance, I'm gonna tell you now. How many ways can I give thanks for the blessings I have known? I've got a list, and I will tell you how. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. Grateful for this universe, for the better and the worse. Grateful that this world keeps spinning round. Grateful for my memories, grateful for my hopes and dreams, grateful for the blessings I have found. Give praises for all the gifts I have. Given the chance, I'm gonna shout out loud. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful?
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. So what does that mean for you sitting at the house, watching this on Facebook or YouTube, either on a Sunday or later on in the week? We have 10 different faith perspectives. We also have 10 different musical artists. And we give all of them a single word topic at the beginning of a series. Each of those groups are responsible for putting together a talk or 2 videos, and we ask them to send those in as the 10 weeks move along. And Becky and I say hello and goodbye, send it all in to Philip and his team, and they magically turn it into a Sunday service. And here we are. So if you would like to join us in this endeavor, www.peopleofdiversity.org. There is a donate button in the middle, not at the top, in the middle. And if you'll mash on that, that'll take you to a place where you can donate, tithe, make an offering, whatever your word is. And we are very grateful for whatever you decide to do.
Last week we began our new topic for the series, and it is respect. And we started with Swami Dumavati from the Kashi Ashram, and really, really good talk. And she started out her talk with talking about namaste, which is such a common word, and you see it on bumper stickers now and things. And she gave it a whole new, for me anyway, a whole new perspective. It was really, really good. And her musical guest was Daniel Capel, who's always awesome. He's just fun and so talented. So it was a good start. This week we are hearing from our Wiccan representative, Oracle, and his musical guest is Donna Frost. And then next week we will be hearing about respect from our Muslim representative, Naran Sykes. And her musical guest is Christian Justice Petro. So I think that's going to be, from the Muslim perspective, it's going to be very, especially a woman, it's going to be very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Naran's awesome. So past services are available on the People of Diversity Facebook group or Facebook page. After the morning service from 11:45 until 12:15, we do a live Zoom deep dive. And the link is below, and it's also in the Facebook feed. So we get on together for that 30 minutes. A lot of times the speakers will join us, and Oracle usually does join us. Yep. So he, if you have questions or comments, and we just talk about the message, check in with everybody, and it's nice to see each other live and in person. And on Sunday evening, we rebroadcast the morning service at 5:45. And it's not live like the Zoom, but it's on Facebook Live and on YouTube. So that's a lot of fun. You can go back and get another perspective, a totally new perspective, or learn a whole bunch more things if you watch it twice. I always do.
I get it more
every time. Yeah. Or you can send somebody back. If you hear something in the morning service that touches you, or you think someone else could benefit from, send them back to that evening service. And that evening service is the one we pin to the top of the Facebook page, so that you can go back during the week or send someone back during the week if you don't have time on Sunday to watch. So you get Facebook notifications by joining the People of Diversity. And that way you get a little bing in the morning. It will remind you that the service is coming up, and makes it real easy. You just push a button. So, each week we bless a country. If you have information about the country that we're blessing next week, send that to the email address below. And the country we're blessing next week is Grenada. So Grenada. This week we are blessing Greece, and this is one of those countries that you hear about all the time, and you think you know something, and then I learned a bunch of stuff that I had no idea. So Greece is located in southeastern Europe. I didn't know this part. It includes thousands of islands that are in the Aegean and Ionian Seas. Greece is about the size of Alabama and has 10.4 million people. 83% Orthodox Christian and 11% Muslim. 80% of Greece is made up of mountains, but there's also almost 10,000 miles of coastline, and no part of Greece is more than 85 miles from the ocean. I guess with all those islands, that makes sense, but that's a heck of a lot of coastline, 10,000 miles. That's amazing.
Wow.
Each year, 17 million tourists visit Greece, which is almost twice the number of people that actually live there. It is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world, and tourism makes up 20% of their economy.
Wow.
That's a lot. The capital of Greece, Athens, has 148 theaters, and that's more than any other city in the world. Greece has 110 archaeological museums, and that's more than any other country in the world. Greek is the world's oldest recorded living language. That's still going. And here's the last one, and I'm going to leave it to Philip to give us a good picture. The Olympic Games originated in Greece, and in the beginning, the athletes competed naked.
Naked.
So, let's hold the people of Greece in our hearts, knowing they want the same things in their lives that we want in ours. We bless them. We thank them for taking such good care of their country and the beauty of it. And we wish them peace and abundance and all those good things. And we say these words together. May peace prevail in Greece. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Okay, you're up.
Miss Donna Frost will be coming to us from the backyard. I can feel it. And it will be beautiful and wonderful. And Oracle is always amazing, always educational, always from his heart, always from his passion. So without further ado, we will spend some time with Donna and Oracle.
Hi everybody, Donna Frost here, coming to you from my front porch in Hendersonville, Tennessee, on this beautiful September day. Happy to be a part of your service, and I hope everyone's doing well and having a good summer. And we just had Labor Day, and fall's right around the corner. Time's flying, isn't it? And much too fast. But our message is about respect this week, and so I have two songs I want to share with you. The first one is one that Jack Howell and I wrote, and it's going to be on our Beautiful Unseen album. It was inspired by a conversation I had with my niece, who's 23. We had a big, long heart-to-heart a couple of years ago, and we had a big, better understanding of each other after we had it, and made us even closer. And we found a new respect for each other. So I thought, well, this will go with today's message, I think. This is called Joined at the Heart. Beautiful girl, raised on faith, guided by glory, just coming alive, misled by her smile, but her eyes tell the story. My arms are open wide, there's no need to hide, you dare let me in. I can bear this pain with you, pray the world and then we do what we have to do, together or apart. We're joined at the heart. We share hopes and fears, laughter and tears, to hold it together. Victory's sweet, the loss of a dream, we're bonded forever. Carry on this way, every single day, you dare let me in. I can bear this pain with you, and pray the world and end. We do what we have to do, together or apart. Forever Joined at the Heart. And that's one. It'll be coming your way on The Beautiful Unseen, and I love it, the song so much. And this next one is was on Quarantine Sessions Volume 1, and Jack and I decided we wanted to rearrange it for The Beautiful Unseen and include it because the song really has such a great message that we need right now, and it ties in with respect too, because loving kindness and respect for one another. We need a lot more of all the above. So I'm going to play this for you. Love and kindness. Here we go. I was rushing everywhere, going from town to town, playing music, living my dream, when suddenly the world shut down. The virus hit us just like that. I didn't know what I'd do. I quickly found out the very thing that was gonna get me through. A little bit of love and kindness, hearts that give. Love and kindness, this way we can live. Things won't be this way forever. Let's stay strong and hold it together with love and kindness each and every day. Many of us have been hurting, many of us are unsure. Will we ever come back to normal? Will they ever find a cure? I thank God when I wake up for the loved ones I have here. I have faith and I have hope. I won't be ruled by fear. I choose love and kindness, hearts that give. Love and kindness, this way we can live. Things won't be this way forever. Let's stay strong and hold it together with love and kindness each and every day. This all happened for a reason. There's no doubt in my mind. This is a changing season. I believe always behind. I believe in love and kindness, hearts that give. Love and kindness, this way we can live. Things won't be this way forever. Let's stay strong and hold it together with love and kindness each and every day. A little bit of love and kindness each and every day. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll see you next time. Much love to everybody.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Oracle Hikatios. I would like to thank you for welcoming me into your homes. I'd like to thank Becky and Scott and People Diversity for this wonderful opportunity to be a part of their ministry in sharing my views on the topic of respect. I'd like to thank our musical guest for the marvelous music in introducing us into the flow, and for Philip and his team. So without further ado, let us go in. Again, my name is Oracle Hikatios. I am a Wiccan, that is, I'm a witch. I am a high priest in several traditions of the craft, as it is commonly known amongst us witches, the craft, short for witchcraft. And I lead a coven here, actually, and I co-founded a grove of another tradition in South Florida, and I currently lead. I currently teach actively. I have written and I have I lecture widely, and I do workshops. And I say all that for a reason, and this pertains to the topic at hand of respect. And I'd like to introduce to you to the topic of what traditional craft is and what is the difference. I've said in my videos numerous times what traditional craft is, or I spoke about what I am as a Wiccan, as a witch. And I've often said that there is no popedom of traditional craft. There is no overarching hierarchy that says, what we all stand for as a united front. Many will agree with me with what I'm going to say. Many will disagree with me what I'm going to say, and we have debates around the cauldron at night, and that's perfectly fine. We can do that. But one of the things that I would like to emphasize today is that on the topic of respect, is that we as a craft people, witches, I'd like to emphasize that before I go into it, that there is an inherent equality to everyone, an inherent equality. And that inherency is the right of every human being. And this is what makes the craft so attractive to so many people, especially the marginalized and the oppressed, because witchcraft naturally is a religion of the marginalized and the oppressed. It is in our myths with the goddess Aradia, but I'm jumping ahead, so let me start from the beginning. I am an initiated Wiccan. That is, I am a traditional initiatory Wiccan. It is very different from Wicca, from what is known as Wicca at large that you'll find in books. And people claiming to be Wiccan but are not initiated into a tradition. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to divide the two. One is do-it-yourself Wicca, and one is traditional initiatory Wicca. Traditional initiatory Wicca, the main difference is that, and this is what scares people, is that it is a lineaged tradition. That is, we have a lineage that is passed down that goes all the way back to a man by the name of Gerald Gardner. And Gerald Gardner, in the late 30s through the 50s, worked with a coven in England, in the New Forest of England, and he brought forth witchcraft as he knew it and added some stuff into it to kind of structure it, and came to the public before and identified himself as a witch in the 1950s, after the repeal of the English Witchcraft Act of 1735. After it was repealed, he came out and said, "Hey, I'm a witch." And he worked to dispel a lot of the inerrancies and fear around witchcraft. Others did the same thing. He wasn't the only one, but he was the first. He's considered a pioneer because he was one of the first, or the first to do so. And because Gerald did it, because he started a coven in the New Forest to do it, or took over a coven rather, and began to initiate specific priestesses, and those priestesses initiated several priests, and branches began to go from the New Forest out. Those branches birthed other branches, eventually made it to the States, and the States birthed other branches. So we all trace our lineage back to Gerald Gardner. In the United States, it's known as British traditional Wicca, because it comes from England. In England, it's simply known as Wicca. and anything else is pagan. And this scares people because they see religion and hierarchy. I'm not here to correct your fears. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm just here to present the facts of my faith. Traditional initiatory Wicca also is led by what's called a degree system. A degree system. What does that mean? We have 3 steps which are not necessary to all go through, but many want to, in order to proceed forward into your craft. And many erroneously believe that this is a way to control people. It isn't. Traditional story Wicca, unlike eclectic or do-it-yourself Wicca, is a closed practice. It is a closed practice. Unless you are initiated, you do not know what goes on in there, contrary to what the books tell you. The books are like spiritual breadcrumbs that kind of lead the way, but they're not the full meal. And unless you're initiated, you do not know. I can give you tidbits, I can tell you a little bit, but even for my lectures, you don't know. And that's the way it's going to be, because we are very private about our practices because they can be misunderstood. A. B. They're for ourselves and nobody else. We're not there to impress anybody. And C. It's our faith. It's private. It's our family. It's our clan. I'm not gonna go to you and ask you to tell me your family secrets on your first meeting, or what you do, or your mom's favorite recipe for her pie, or your grandmother's favorite recipe for her meatloaf, or whatever. Or you know, your abuelita's favorite recipe, you know, for her tamales. I'm not there. I'm not gonna do that. I have no right to that. I have no right. You do not trust me. I'm a complete stranger. You know, how dare I? Hospitality is the key. So there are lots of things that we are missing that the craft preserves or tries to preserve, works on preserving. We are also human, we are imperfect. So we have the 3-tiered system. There is the first degree in which you are made a witch and priest or priestess. The second degree in which you're made an elder of the tradition. And the third degree, and in some traditions, you are considered eligible to start your own coven. And the third degree, which is the what's called the sublime degree, which is the highest rank anyone can attain. And you are then released to start your own coven, and you know, gods be with you. They can be completely autonomous in what you want to do. So third degree is what the goal for many is. Now, some people remain first, some people remain second. There is no push. There is no timeline. Many people believe you have to go through the ranks within a year and a day, year and a day, year and a day, and that's just not the way it is. There is no year and a day. There is no time. There is no promise. There is nothing that says you will be initiated at X point. It just doesn't happen. So, that being said, traditional initiatory Wicca, you would think that the rank system would demand respect to the higher ups, to the bigwigs, but we don't have bigwigs. We don't. Although it is ruled by the high priestess and high priest, with the high priestess having final say in some covens. And in some covens, it's both the high priest and high priestess of the coven having say in certain matters. Let me explain. If a problem arises in a coven, usually it's between two people. They have to kind of work it out because you have to be an adult to enter a coven, first of all. You have to be over the age of 18, 21, or 25, depending on the coven. So that being said, you enter this age, you're an adult. You're expected to have some kind of moral or ethic already, or some kind of understanding of conflict resolution, some kind of understanding of how to play well with others. And then you go through a trial period to see whether or not you fit with the coven. If you make it into the coven, because you're not automatically welcomed, depending on the coven. Notice as I keep saying depending on, it is different coven to coven. We are all autonomous. It just, you never know. Then comes up conflict resolution. So let's say, for example, two people are having a conflict. They cannot resolve it. They go to the elders. Elders can't resolve it with them. High priest and high priestess then take it. They have the final say on how it's resolved. You know, that's an extreme example, but it is important. It's a benevolency, basically, is what it is. But everyone is equal. Everyone is treated as equal. Everyone has an inherency, an inherent equality. The craft is for everyone. What do I mean by that? The craft is for everyone, and paradoxically, it is not for everyone. Witchcraft traditional lineage is not meant for everyone. It is not meant for as an inherent spiritual path for all people. It is not the end all be all. There are hundreds of other spiritual paths out there: Buddhism, Druidry. There is, Sanatana Dharma, and it's many schools of thought. There is many schools of thought of Buddhism. There is the ATR traditions, the African traditionalist religions, such as Ocha and Candomblé and, Palo. There is, Strixcraft. There is Hellenismos. There are many, many faiths out there, many paths, and Judaism and Islam. We don't need to, and many are presented in this rotation. You do not need to follow witchcraft. You do not need to follow Wicca. If you are so interested, here I am. But you do not need to follow Wicca, and there are many others near you. But yet it is for everyone in that matter, in that I will not, many of us will not discriminate against you if you are trans or non-binary or gay. If a lot of that is not going to be the reason we discriminate against you from coming into the craft. So it is for everyone, but not for everyone. And this hierarchy, this gatekeeping is very important because it protects ourselves, it protects our family, it protects our unity, it protects our energy, and it demands that respect, the respect for the greater good, the greater summation. The coven is the greater whole made of the sum of its parts. So it's greater than that. Each individual brings something to the table. Another thing that's very important to understand is that as you go higher, the lower you bend in service. So when you achieve first degree, you will serve. When you achieve second degree, you will serve even more. And when you achieve the third sublime degree, you will serve even more. I have represented this in my covens by washing people's feet before going in the circle many times before my own rituals. I will have a towel around my waist and I will wash people's feet and I will dry them. And I will do so before any kind of heavy ritual that I do specifically on certain occasions. So this is my way of saying I am here to serve you. I am here to welcome you into my space, into the space of the gods. I'm here to prepare you, to introduce you into worship. So, this is something that the goddess has asked of me to do. And so this is my way of service. My way of service is also teaching, lecturing. So despite everything that I do, I still work on remaining humble because the goddess asks us to remain honorable and humble at the same time. That she says honor and humility. Honor and humility go hand in hand. And until we can understand honor and humility, honor is honoring another person, honoring ourselves by honoring them, but also that the person who we're honoring understands humility at the same time, that while we're honoring them, they understand humility. Once a person abuses their power, and there's a disagreement there, we can vote with our feet, basically leave a coven and establish our own. And we can say, look, we don't, or go to another one and say, look, we don't want to be with you. We have the freedom to leave. Because one of the tenets in Wicca, in traditional craft, is in freedom you come, in freedom you go. So this does not undo initiations. This does not undo any kind of working that you have done. All it does is it shows that you respect yourself enough to say, no, I have boundaries. You will not disrespect me. I'm going to vote with my feet. I'm going elsewhere. And if you're a second rank or third rank, you can go start your own coven and lead it unto much better government. So respect in the craft is considered something which is earned. It is not something which is automatically given just because you have a specific rank or degree. And it is earned because you remain humble. It is earned continuously because you serve. And as you serve your coven, as you serve your people, you will continuously learn what humility means. Now, one of my lineage fathers is Alex Sanders, who founded the Alexandrian tradition of the craft. So I'm also a what's called an Alexandrian. And Alex Sanders, was really persecuted for witchcraft and for what he stood for in the public arena. But through it all, he tried. He really did. I mean, he was human. He made mistakes, but he really did try to exemplify humility as best as he could. And so did Gerald, so did many other people. They were human. They made mistakes. Probably one of the best people that I know that exemplified this humility was Doreen Valiente, Gardner's high priestess, who later on went on to become very instrumental in the craft. And she has made her mark on the craft to this day. So I'd like to encourage you to make a lasting impact in the life of your faith, in the life of your legacy, by remaining humble, by being honorable, and by understanding that your respect should not automatically be given to somebody just because they're of rank. That respect must be earned, not because, you're older and they're younger, or we don't do that. No, honor with humility. Honor with humility. When you are humble and you serve, you earn respect. People respect you more when you're on their level, and you remain on their level, because we're all human beings. We're all becoming a human being, and we're all children of the goddess. We're all children of the gods. And as children of the gods, we are all we're all born, we're all going to live, we're all going to die. If you believe in reincarnation, we'll all come back. But essentially, the the facts of the case are that we're all born the same and we will die. And you know, we are mortal. We are no greater than one through the other, no matter what power may say. And Aurelia, in myth, she was uh, the daughter of the goddess Diana. She came down to teach witchcraft as a craft of the marginalized and the oppressed. Excuse me. And she taught the empowerment that witchcraft brings to the people, the power, the empowerment that it can bring to those that feel persecuted and poor and outlawed and the fringe of society. And so witchcraft has always been something which interests people, whether it's the LGBTQ community, plus community, whether it is whether it is women, whether it is the people of color. It has always interested. Witchcraft has always been a religion of the marginalized, and it has always been something that really has engulfed many people's experiences and help empower and help them overcome many, many, many things, including the hierarchies which have disrespected them and have given them the ability to rise above. So I'm not promising power and glory of witchcraft, but witchcraft is about the cycles of nature. It is about celebration. It is about loving life and living and love. It is about knowing that we are all connected. It is about knowing that we all have fun and we all frolic and we all have a great time together as a family, as a clan, as a unit. And that despite whatever may come, that we continue to enjoy nature. We continue to enjoy the sun and the moon and the stars and, the changing of the seasons. And we continue to enjoy each other. And that's mostly what the craft is about. It's about love at its greatest. One of the things that we pray to the goddess is that we say to her, come and shower me in your love, for without thee, I am lonely and forlorn. So, Goddess, show us your love. Goddess, help us in these days. Shower us with your love, for without thee, we are lonely and forlorn. And help us with honor and humility. So mote it be. I want to thank you very much for inviting me into your homes. Thank you for listening. I'd like to thank Becky and Scott for allowing me to do this. I'd like to thank our musical guests and for Philip and his team. And most of all of you out there. So blessed be, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Oracle. Just another amazing service. We're so grateful for both of your longtime participation in this process. Mr. Lupo, thank you for all that you and your team do by making us look wonderful. We know it's chunky when it gets to you, and we're grateful.
Yes.
Following the morning service from 11:45 to 12:15 precisely, We will have a deep dive. Oracle tends to show up for it almost always. And we'll get a chance to see each other and visit and hang out. And it's always a good time. The evening service will be pinned to the top of the page. We'll also hang out there and shoot hearts and visit. That's at 5:45 on Sunday night. That is the service that gets pinned to the top of the page. So at the People of Diversity or the People of Diversity group, you'll find those videos pinned to the top of the page, so you can chew them up later on in the week. Next week, Naran Sykes will be our speaker, and she'll be connected to Kristen Justice Petro, and the topic is respect.
If you would like to help us keep this train rolling, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org, push the donate button in the middle of the page, and right now we want to just take a minute, take a breath, be so grateful. We are so grateful. Spirit, thank you so much for everything that this endeavor has been and is becoming, the ripples that we send out from the People of Diversity to people all over the place, and the understanding and the love that it is creating in this world, and the respect that it is creating in this world for different ideas, different religions, and knowing that we are all one, and we are so grateful, and we say amen. Okay, don't click off. We have our last thing, our energetic healing circle. Bring to mind right now, in your mind, think about people, places, situations, things that need a bit of love this week, a bit of love right now. Bring them to the front of your mind and place them in the circle. We're joining together as a group, sending our energy around, and we're going to listen to this last song and send that love and healing to each other and to everything that's in the center of our circle. And we will see you next week. We will see you tonight. We'll see you in the deep dive. We appreciate every one of you. Thank you, and have a good week.
See you next week.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of